Hi everyone, Merry Christmas. It is a quiet day here, which is nice because it's not too rushed. We had family over for Thanksgiving and my oldest is home with me and my husband took our two youngest down to his sister's for Christmas Eve and spent the night there, and they are on their way home, so they should be arriving probably in about an hour and a half or so. I am making crepes for some strawberry cheese blintzes that I usually do as a Christmas tradition. I don't make them that often because they are time consuming, but they're really, really yummy. I will share the recipe with you very soon, and I'll actually go through one day making crepes and how we do that. But first, today, besides wishing you a Merry Christmas, I wanted to go over sifting flour and whether or not we should sift it and what does a recipe call for when it says 1 cup of flour sifted or 1 cup of sifted flour. So we want to get that straight because you're going to have variations in your recipes. So let's see. All right, to sift or not to sift? That is the question. What does sifting do to flour? I'm glad you asked because it's extremely important that we know this. Sifting removes lumps and aerates, which equals fully moistened dry ingredients when wet ingredients are added. It's really important that you get all your dry ingredients moistened so that they can all combine really well in the recipe. A technical term. All right, so that question mark there, when, I don't know, I had a brain fart when I was writing, so that's what that is all about. So your dry ingredients are really going to be well moistened when you add your wet ingredients to the recipe, if you know the flour is sifted. There are some recipes that don't call for sifted flour, which is fine, but there are some that you do need to do that. It's important. So when a recipe calls for 1 cup sifted flour, you're going to sift before measuring. Before. That's important, okay? Because there's going to be a difference in measurement. You're going to see, I'm going to show you, that 1 cup sifted flour, you're going to have a little bit of flour left over, okay? Because what you're going to do is what I usually do anyway, is I measure the 1 cup of flour, then I sift it, then I remeasure it into the cup. Because I like to see how much is left over. And there is a difference. But when you have a recipe that, I can't get it in focus, 1 cup flour sifted, see the comma there? That's important. You're going to sift after measuring the 1 cup of flour, comma, after, okay? So 1 cup flour sifted, sift after measuring the 1 cup of flour. All right. So now, today with making the crepes, I doubled the recipe, so I needed 2 cups plus a 1/4 cup of sifted all-purpose flour. So I measured out my 2 1/4 cups flour into a bowl, and then I sifted it, and then I remeasured it into 2 1/4 cups. So this is the 2 1/4 cups. This is all the flour that was left over. So there's quite a bit there, and it's gonna change the recipe if I were to add this to that. I don't want to do that. And I want to make sure all my ingredients are moistened, well moistened. Because that's the key, well moistened ingredients. Okay, so 1 cup, see, there's the comma, 1 cup flour sifted. You're going to sift after measuring. So you just take your 1 cup of flour, and then you sift it, you add it to the recipe. Okay? Not a big deal. 1 cup sifted flour, you can see there's the cup of sifted flour, and I've got about almost 2 tablespoons of additional flour left over. So like I said, this is going to change your recipe. It's going to alter the consistency, could make it a little drier, because you're not going to have the wet ingredients to counteract with the flour. I don't know if that's the word I was looking for, but that's what we're going with. So, I'm getting all winded. Okay, so what I usually do, like I said, is I measure the cup, I sift, and then I spoon the flour back into the cup, make sure I have a cup again. So that's what you want to end up with. You don't want this additional flour. Any questions? I don't know if you have any questions, but I can't answer them right on the video. You can email me, you could leave them in a comment. You could leave them on the Facebook page. That's our tip for sifting flour. Now I'm going to show you. I decorated the house last night. We didn't have any decorations up, but I just put the ribbon on with the poinsettias up along the banister. This is our presents. Not much this year, and we don't need much. Oh, two tired doggies. Two tired doggies. They're not in focus. Oh, there's one. Hi, Brady. And then that one's Kaiser. And so we actually had some snow this morning, but it's melted. You can't really see it. So there's our Christmas tree. It's Charlie Brown Christmas tree. So, and it actually plays the music. So, all right. Just everything's out of focus. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas in 2013 from 365 Days of Baking from me. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you are with me every day. I really, really appreciate it. I'm glad you're subscribing to my videos. I'm glad that I'm able to spend time with you on Facebook. Thank you for supporting the blog. Thanks for following me on Instagram and Pinterest. And I look forward to doing a whole lot more with you guys in 2014. So I'm excited, and I hope you are too. Thank you. Merry Christmas.